Guys, I love to make meat dishes, but as we know, not all of us eat meat, Jessi. So if we're going to have a Meatless Monday type of theme going on, and it is the year of the pulse, as we know.
Of course.
We're doing a red lentil ragu, and we're gonna stack them up with potato and cheese, put them in a skillet. So a nice red lentil kind of skillet theme going on here.
Nice.
You could use it with pasta, you could use it with, well, you could pair it with meat if you want, but you don't have to. You could do it vegetarian styles. Now, Year of the Pulse, did you know that Canada is the #1 exporter of pulses?
Yes, because I lived in Saskatchewan, so I do know that.
Yes.
Wow.
I did. I know people are like, oh,
I
yes,
just-
I did. But yeah, I did. I found that out when I moved out
And
there.
thank you to the good people of Saskatchewan.
Yes.
Out of the whole country, most of the pulses come from Saskatchewan. So I've yet to visit,
Wow.
but it's on my bucket list.
I'll give you a tour.
Please do.
Okay.
There's a wonderful river.
So, in
Okay.
pulses, are any kind of beans, like anything like
Chickpeas,
this?
beans, you got split pea and red lentil. Red lentil is actually one of my favorites because I grew up with red lentil a lot. A lot of it's used in Middle Eastern cooking and everything.
Yeah.
And it takes a very short amount of time to cook. So if I was to cook these beans, for example,
Yeah.
I'd have to soak them overnight, then the
Yeah.
next
Right.
day come and cook them for an hour. Red lentils like this, like little fine red lentils,
How long?
they'll cook in 15 minutes.
Oh, really?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
They
my
won't take
kinda
long
cooking.
to cook at all, right? So you can come home after a long day and actually do this recipe.
So it's better to get these than it is the ones in the can.
Absolutely.
Right.
Sure.
And
I
this-
mean, it's 15 minutes.
And this would just be like a quinoa, wouldn't it? Would just like absorb any flavor.
It will absorb all this liquid. It will absorb the flavor that we give it. You're
Cool.
absolutely
I
right.
didn't know that.
So it's a really versatile ingredient as well.
Wow.
And we've used it a lot with you, actually, to replace ground meat and different, lasagnas and nachos and stuff. So an awesome recipe.
Lentil.
Yeah.
Okay.
I didn't even know that's what I was eating, but it was
Absolutely.
all delicious.
Go.
So this recipe, Stephen, starts with a little bit of carrot, red pepper, some leek. You could use onion, but I want to mix it up a little bit. And a little bit of garlic. And we've sweat it down
Is
here.
that a mirepoix?
That's similar to a mirepoix. We've got leek instead of onion, but with onion would be mirepoix.
Cool.
Good question.
I was asking.
Now, you guys remember when we made risotto and I toasted
Yeah.
the rice?
Yes.
I'm gonna do the same thing here with my lentil.
Oh.
It still blows my mind that you don't boil that first.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it in dry first. You can give a little bit more oil so that it all gets coated in the oil, similar to our risotto technique.
And now, like, you're saying toast, like, should they turn a color?
No,
Or-
we're just gonna toast it even for 30 seconds, Stephen,
Oh,
before
really?
we go in with the rest of the aromatics and the liquids.
This is the stuff I always see in the bulk section, and I
Yeah.
have no idea what it
it
is.
is. Yeah.
I'm like, give me the candy. What is that?
No.
Yeah.
But now we
They're
know.
pulses, careful.
I'm just celebrating the year of the
Celebrate the year of the pulses. Make it rain, pulses.
gonna wipe out.
Oh, here we go.
Okay, so
Here
we've
we go.
toasted
Don't
our
waste a good
lentil.
pulse.
Yep.
Now, Stephen, give me a little splash of white wine.
Sure. How much?
Oh, I like that.
Hey. All right, we're good. We're good.
Oh,
Splash.
The year of the pulses,
Yeah,
everyone.
yeah.
we are
Good
getting
times had by all.
lit
Yeah.
in the true sense of the word.
We definitely are. You'll notice, by the way, we've used white wine, even though I'm going with the tomato base.
Okay.
Everyone thinks you have to use red wine. You don't. If you have a nice white wine, high quality white wine, use it. It's gonna give us acidity and brightness to our dish. It's not the end of the
And
world.
good quality.
And good quality.
I always use the crappiest quality wine in the cooking. Why?
Well, that's because you also use the frozen risotto. Remember we talked about that?
Oh, yeah, that was a shameful.
That was a
shameful admission.
shameful discovery. So
Yeah.
use the wine you would drink.
True.
It's gonna give you the flavor in the dish.
Yeah.
Use
So
the
where do we
wine
get
you
this
drink.
idea that you use the cheap wine when you cook? Where'd
Well, I
that
think
idea
people
come from?
think when you cook with wine, all the flavor cooks away, and at that point, why would we cook with it at all? So you
Yeah.
do want to cook with a good wine that will give you a base of flavor. Really, all the dishes that we've made together are about developing flavor through all the stages. So really, the white wine
point.
is giving us a
I
depth of
and I
flavor.
love cooking with wine. A little for me, a little for the pot. A little
Absolutely.
for me,
That's,
a little
that's
for
the
the
whole
pot.
point, too, because then you're serving the same wine that you're cooking with, so all the
Absolutely.
flavor profiles are going to
It
match.
makes sense, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, hands up if you cook with the cheapest wine in your home. Right?
Guilty. Guilty.
Yes.
Because you want to
You
drink the
guilty
good
people?
stuff.
Oh,
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Does
drink
anyone
the good
cook with good wine? Can you invite me over?
Oh, yeah.
Okay,
totally.
there we
yeah.
go.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, I went in with a little bit of tomato paste to give us some body, some fresh rosemary, which is beautiful, a little bit of salt, a little
So
bit of crushed
aromatic.
tomato.
Yeah.
And you're gonna cook this down, Stephen. Really, like we said, these red lentils will cook 15, 20 minutes, right?
And this looks gorgeous already.
Absolutely.
You know? Wow.
I'm also gonna give it a little bit of veggie stock.
gorgeous.
And that's like a cup of veggie stock.
This is for this amount of lentils, I'm gonna go maybe a cup and a half.
Cup and a half.
And all that stock and all the tomato and all that flavor will be sucked up by the lentil and cooked through 15, 20 minutes, let it simmer away, okay?
Is this the kind of thing that I can like make in bulk and then freeze chunks of it? Like,
Absolutely.
yeah, because that'd
Absolutely.
be easy to do.
Any ragu, whether meat or not, really does freeze quite well.
Yeah.
And as we build the rest of the dish, that you should do the day of, but a good ragu you can make ahead. It even in the fridge will last a couple days, gets better with time, the flavor develops.
Wow,
Or you
awesome.
could freeze it
Yeah,
quite
I
nice.
find I cook that way now. Like instead of just making one dish, I'm like, I need to make a vat of this and
Yeah.
then put it in compartments in the freezer so
Yeah.
that when I get hungry, I
Sure.
just pop it in the oven or in the microwave and it's easier, right?
Point.
Yes,
so
you
much
do.
easier.
You always
Then
come
starting
with
from-
your pre-prepared.
Every morning I have my
Do it on a
food.
Sunday, right?
Yes.
You do that on a Sunday where you're
Food prep
relaxing.
Sunday, that's
sure.
what I do.
Shahir, you know that I'm working on my muscles.
I saw you, yes.
Let me see, honey.
Doing a lot of dips on inanimate objects in
So
the
much,
back of the studio.
everyone. Okay. Is this high in protein?
It is. All these pulses are really high in protein, high in fiber, so it's a great alternative if you don't eat meat for a day.
Yeah.
Again, Meatless
Take a little
Monday type of vibe. Take a break.
And you promise we're not going to be farting our way through Meatless Monday?
Like I said, you gotta
Yes,
adjust
we
your
are.
body.
Yes,
Okay.
you are. You want to be
Okay.
by yourself on Meatless Monday.
Salted water.
It's
Stephen,
so
I'm gonna
long.
blanch these potatoes, and they're gonna be one of our layers.
So we're throwing these in because
Okay, wait a second.
We're
The
throwing
last
these
time
in.
you cooked potatoes, you said put it in with cold water.
Yes.
Put it in with cold water. And now I see boiling water.
Good question.
Explain yourself,
I will
chef.
explain myself to you. When you have a dense potato whole like that, you want to start cold water, and a dense root vegetable like that will cook evenly. When I have thin slices like this, you know, I have more surface area. It's just gonna blanch evenly, quickly in hot water.
That's why you
sense.
boil.
And that's why it works in this technique.
and you're leaving the skins on too.
And we're
right?
leaving the skins on, a lot of nutrients in the skin, flavor as well. So I really like doing that. So when these blanch just for a couple minutes to soften the potatoes,
Yeah.
what we're gonna do over here in our skillet is layer potato, cheese, and some of our ragu here, which this is what it looks like when it's all cooked.
Wow.
Oh, it looks so good.
Bravo.
Wow, wait.
So I spoon some on.
Yeah.
I've got our blanched potato here.
I know, look at you. Oh.
So it's like a lasagna.
We're off our
Sure.
chairs. The food
We're like,
like a
moths
layered
to
thing.
the flame.
it's like food looks good. We're
Guys,
off
I've
our
got
chairs.
Asiago cheese.
Oh, that looks
Oh,
good.
come
You
on.
wanna see what it looks like when it's done?
Yes.
In the oven,
Throw these in the oven? Yep.
Through
375.
the magic of television.
Shut up.
We're gonna broil it for a couple minutes. Oh, look at this.
And guys, the full recipe's on our website as well. So yeah.
Oh, look at these.
Wow, look at that.
Delicious. And it smells so good.
Little bit of creme fraiche to cut the richness of the cheese on top.
Okay,
Stephen, help
we
me with
need
some
forks.
green onion.
We need forks.
Help me with some green onion.
Okay,
Oh.
tell me
Green
with the green
onion.
onions.
Give me the green onion.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
Oh, yes.
year of the pulse indeed, everybody, right?
Can we, you know I love heat. Can we add a little pepper? What would we
You
add
could
here?
spice this up. You could put chili flake in there. You could put hot peppers. But I put potatoes because you love potatoes. I got pulses because you love pulses.
I
And you
love
eat a lot of
pulses.
stuff, so you just get digging. You just eat everything.
Wow, this looks fantastic.
All
Oh,
right.
this is so good.
Okay, let's.
Get
And what
it.
is
Careful, it's hot. Look at the cheese.
presentation. That's just amazing. I love these
love
little
these
scallops.
scallops.
Yeah, beautiful.
Go.
Do you love food? Do you love me? If you said yes to both of these things, you're in luck. And if you said yes to one of these things, shame on you. I'm adorable. Hit subscribe right now for new and exciting recipes, trends, and much more, especially from me.